Travis on board the Virtual, 7 minutes, 24 seconds.
Oh, does it? Got a very pretty bum in the saddle.
Very pretty bum anywhere.
Watch it, nerd. Naughty.
See you in the bar. I'll have a large gin.
Well done, old boy. Jolly good.
Well done! His father was perfection. Marvellous hands. At least on a horse.
Well, the boy is thick as two planks. He can handle a horse, one gives him that.
Can he handle her? That's the question.
Can he handle 13,000 acres? That's more to the point.
Is that the dot?
He's got 3,000, she gets 10, my dear. It's what the frogs call a mariage de convenience.
Ghastly cynic, Frida. Really, dear.
I'm Poopy, remember? We're engaged.
Sure. You pleased? Rather good, wasn't she? Bit of panic at the water jump, but well, we made it.
Oh, I saw that. Gosh, heart in the mouth department. But you did it. Simply super, I'm so proud.
What do you think of that?
Splendid, Travis. Like your father. Same control. Couldn't be more pleased. Jolly good.
Thank you, sir. You're not damn this old girl.
Terrific. Absolutely clear. Little Magna next weekend, remember? May we borrow your husband?
Oh, when he's mine, Mr. Radcliffe. But next weekend, we're going to be in France.
Yes, really?
Sorry.
Oh, God.
Merci, monsieur.
Bogarde.
There we go. And sizzle. And sizzle.
We still have the two German ladies, of course.
Ah, yes, of course. The Germans never know where to leave, do they?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, mate.
Tonight, you know, the big dining room is closed, Monsieur Harris.
Ah, yes, I know. Thank
But
you.
the supper room remains open.
Ah, bon. And the bar.
And the bar, of course.
Peace. all going home. Now, all you've got to do with him is get down to bloody work. They lock people up for talking to themselves.
Nothing.
Well, it's just the same as ever. Fresh coat of paint since last time. Nothing new.
Bonjour. This is new. Donatello's David, and it doesn't need a coat of anything.
Stop wagging that bloody angel about. It cost a bomb. And watch your P's and Q's if you don't mind.
Parlez-vous anglais? I mean, faites attention to cette pièce.
I speak English. I will hold for you.
There are two pieces, Vuitton and the coat.
I'll take it back then. Had it on my lap all the way from San Remo. Exhausting.
You bought it, not I. Bonjour, monsieur.
Perfect for Dolly's little snuggery. So wonderfully ecclesiastical. And don't bicker.
No one is bickering. Sometimes I could brain you.
And lose half the firm. You're just a little weary. I'll drive tomorrow. There are two coats somewhere.
Number 53 and 54.
Merci bien.
I hope it will be a pleasant holiday.
The mail in yet? Nothing for me?
Oh, that's nothing. Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh. 53 and 54, and I'm 55, and I'm trying to write.
I am desolate. They come every season, the same rooms. But they are not in the hotel very much. They travel, St. Paul, La Colle, Vence, looking for antiques, you see.
You could be more desolate than I.
Monsieur?
I think perhaps English, you know, such dreary clothes. Actually, I know that face. I think he's a writer.
He is English, but keep it moist.
Annie?
I so enjoy these little trips.
Is Annie there?
Glad to her Positano. Santa Margareta. Oh, and then here. The Haven after all that.
Well, do you know if she sent off my, my notes on the Rochester stuff? Notes. N-O-T-E-S. Well, did she express them? Well, I'm absolutely bloody stuck until they arrive.
Then I took you into partnership. When Dr. Willis became Willis and Howe.
Okay, fine.
Most
Yeah.
promising young
Yep.
designer in London.
We'll just check it out with her, will you? All right. She just popped out for a minute. Enter the clowns. How long will they stay, O Lord? How long?
I'll take this. And this. Not a bad day, really. Oh, jacket. Come on, Errol.
Oh, that maddening typewriter is like a demented woodpecker.
Drives one to frenzy. Would appear serious writers, I believe it's considered to be, it was entirely by Oxford.
Not Belinda. The whole crew woman. You know that handwriting?
Oh, clever old you, yes. Loathes her mural.
Loathes it.
Too abstract and jagged, not nearly erotic enough. After all, it is a bathroom, lots of lovely Aphrodites and Apollos.
Woman's mad.
But very rich women, though. Hates the braid on the chairs in the dining room. Like a kitchen maid's dance frock.
Well, she ought to know. She was a kitchen maid.
Well, what do we do? Persuade her she's wrong or redecorate the whole bloody thing?
Persuade her. You're so good at that.
God, at last. It's taken its time. My neighbors are leaving.
Until Friday, then. Friday evening.
Corsica, a little trip.
I'm desolate. What on earth can you find to do in Corsica at this time of year, for heaven's sake?
It depends on what you are looking for.
I wonder you will not come and visit me often. I have a great respect for you, and I should be extremely glad of your frequent conversation, to which Mr. Gifford replies, "My lord, I'm a clergyman. Your lordship has a very ill character of being..." Oh, that won't do. Oh, Annie, I could brain you.
Ja, aber ich will lesen auch.
Good evening. Evening. You have a good trip? Back on tonight's boat. Quite barbaric.
I'm going straight up with the keys.
I'm sorry. Hit a rock. Roads are too frightful.
Good night.
Night. No, Din. It's not too late. Which hazel? That's what you need. More raw steak.
They'll be revolting.
It is a little better, isn't it? It's not quite so...
It's much less plummy. You're very silly.
Miscalculated. I mean, I merely miscalculated. Anybody can do that.
The risk of sounding a snob. You know I'm not. I do find you get rather well. The naked Nubian slave.
I've been trying to work.
Remember what you told me when I...
Chitter, chatter, chitter, chatter.
All for us.
Lighting up time, and here we are. Little drink before we see the room.
Well, no, let's go on. you mind awfully?
No, not a bit.
Let's.
Funny place. The old Riviera. Poopy. Come on, darling.
Not this hotel. Any hotel but this.
Oh, it seems your table's not been set for some reason. Why don't you join us? We'll be leaving after a little cupetta of coffee.
Thank you.
One does so detest the childish words you use, Tony. Cupetta. Word is cup, English word.
You'll need one anyway. S'il vous plaît, maître.
Maybe I thought you would take breakfast in your room, Mr. Harris.
No, it's all right, thank you. Just bring me some coffee, will you?
Excuse me.
Thank you. Are you going to stay a long time?
Well, we had intended to leave tomorrow.
But we changed our minds. Last night.
Yesterday was such a beautiful day, wasn't it? So I said to Tony, oh, don't let's go back to dreary old England. Well, there yesterday was ghastly in the Telegraph. The weather forecast thing. So we will stay on a day or two longer.
I understand you're interior decorators. Is that right?
Willis and Howe. I'm Howe and he's Willis.
Ah.
Interiors for the very rich. We fill a desperate gap for them. They all have such unutterably ghastly tastes, so they pay us to do it for them.
What about your clients? They must be very patient, surely?
No, they have to be. One can't be at their beck and call all the time. Sometimes they're quite impossible.
Yes, I should imagine they are.
You know, if it weren't for our little private jokes, I think I'd go out of my tiny mind.
Tiny being the operative word. We've had such fun with Beatrice Clarenty's loo. Oh, great fun, didn't we? Do you know the Clarentys?
No.
Well, he's Specific Enterprises.
Stinking rich. Beatrice said, do the loo, make it divine. So we installed for her what we call the loo of Lucullus.
She was enchanted.
Obscene vegetable forms, marrows, melons, cucumbers. Astonishingly phallic.
It was like a very naughty harvest festival. God help the poor vicar. He'd probably passed out. Ah, the young bride.
Deserted already.
Bonjour, madame. Bonjour. Your table?
Thank you.
The name is Travis. The concierge told me.
Thank you.
Apparently, Peter and Poopy. Can you believe it? It's there in the guest register.
Oh, one simply can't be called Poopy. Must have been a very liberal vicar at the font.
He's just written farmer as his occupation.
I thought perhaps army at first. But there is a very agreeable herbal smell about him, one feels.
You seem to have found out an awful lot about them in a very short time. One night.
It's part of our job, you see. Seeking out the little things. No, the first clue, you see, was the initials on their suitcases when they arrived. PT.
And I have a shrewd idea that PT hardly represents their activities last night.
We were both so taken by their air of innocence. One felt instinctively he must ride horses.
I have a tiny little feeling that he mistook the yearnings of the rider's crotch for something quite different.
Disastrous clothes. Quite unsuitable. And simpering. Can't abide simpering gals.
I've got some work to do, I'm afraid. I write. So, if you'll excuse me, thank you very much for the use of your table.
Pleasure is all ours, Mr. Harris. It is William Harris.
William Harris in one. Concierge?
Concierge. Such useful creatures, don't you think?
Depends on the tip.
Touché. Lovely you could join us.
Good morning. Please don't move. It's just that I seem to be the oldest inhabitant of this hotel, and you're momentarily on your own, so I thought I'd bid you welcome.
Oh, sit down, please.
You're sure?
How kind. Peter's got himself shaving. My husband. He's awfully vain, really. Won't come down till it's stopped. Isn't he idiotic?
Well, I do see why. Blood everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Have you had breakfast?
Oh,
yes, over there.
Is it going to be a long honeymoon?
Oh, Lord, did it show that much?
Well, I mean, you could see. New luggage. New frock. New happiness.
Oh, yes, happiness. It's all so ravishing, isn't it?
Yes, ravishing. The hotel's quite good too, really. I mean, the water works. Food's not bad. And the beds are fine. Oh well.
It's all super. Peter's father came here for his honeymoon. And his grandfather. So we rather had to come too.
It's what you might call a family concern.
One could. But they have changed the beds since then. I don't know your name, do I?
It's Harris. William Harris.
The William Harris?
Well, do you know, honestly, I never know what "the" means. I mean, you know, the coach, the pumpkin, the Cinderella.
Well, it means the only one.
Oh.
You're the writer?
Yes.
Oh, I'm afraid I've never really read any of your books. Too clever for me, really.
Oh, no, they're not clever. Really, I'm not a bit clever. I just scribble away, sort of pose.
Oh, I bet you are. I bet you know an awful lot about people.
I'd like to. Some people.
Do you know Dawnford Yates?
Well, is he still with us? I mean, hasn't he been gathered yet?
Don't really know. But I do rather like reading his books. Oh, I'm not being rude, am I?
No, you're not being rude at all. It's a jolly good read.
That's what I think. Awfully good.
Absolutely.
Ah, the blood has been staunched. Here's Peter.
Quidus. Error of inexperience.
This is William Harris. The William Harris, the writer. This is my husband, Peter Travis.
Morning.
Your wife was alone, so I took the, I rather crashed her table, I'm afraid.
Good of you. Bloody rum people here.
Yes. There are some. Well, I must go and work. Enjoy yourselves. Have a nice time.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you for your company. We're going to see the Matisse Chapel, if it's open.
Oh, well, ask the concierge. He knows everything.
No. What's the matter? No, it's 10 seconds. Give it time.
Is everything all right?
Morning.
Morning.
Very hard work. So she took the bullfinch. Is that what you call it? Up in the air she went and careened. Absolutely careened into the dish on the other side. Legs in the air like a milking stool. I couldn't have laughed more. She was livid.
Oh, poor Lavinia. How furious you must have been. And you were found to laugh. I mean, really.
And thick bloomers under her habit. Those awful things schoolgirls used to wear, passion killers. But she was drenched.
Oh, Peter adores riding. But he never goes near Lavinia if he can avoid her. Oh, she's such a hazard. A natural hazard, he calls her. Oh, she's really quite dotty.
Yeah. Well, we were actually down there at Hammerstring Hall, having the Winstanley's play.
The Winstanley? Well, do you know Colin? Terribly tall, blonde, the eldest boy.
Colin? Oh, frightfully well. Charming creature. Now, he would never take a, what is it called? Bullfinch. Yes, like Lavinia.
Well, that's extraordinary. Colin's Peter's best friend. They were at school together. Ride together, terribly close. How strange you should know the Winstanleys.
We did the whole of the orangery for them at that big party last summer, you know. And the gardens. All those lights. It's quite fairyland, most divine place. Oh, look, do come and join us, William. We're having the gayest time. Or are you thinking out your plot?
Oh, yes, do.
Now, I'm quite sure you could hear everything we were saying from over there. So it would be much more fun to join in, don't you think?
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry. You do know Mrs. Travis, don't you?
Yes, we have met. You look radiant.
I've been laughing. Saying terribly wicked things about a girl I know. Too wicked, really.
Ah, your husband, I believe.
Peter, I'm here. Come and join these super people.
Is the coffee still hot?
I'll order more, darling. They know the Winstanleys, isn't that amazing? And this, you'll remember, is Mr. Harris.
Morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Travis has been telling us you're frightfully keen on horses. We were wondering whether you might care to join us for luncheon in Cannes. There's a marvellous race course there.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, darling, do you?
But darling, do let's go. You'd love it.
Well, that's very good of you, Mr.
Oh, no, no formalities. Please, I'm Stephen. This is Tony.
I'm Peter. My wife is Poopy.
Tony, why don't you take Poopy in the Morgan? And then Peter and I can go along there in the autobus. Sure, not very far.
And you'll come too, Mr. Harris?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't. I've got my nose to the grindstone. I'm working against time.
Poor prisoner on his balcony.
Mm.
What a pity.
And the jailer's calling, so I really must go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning.
Oh, well, I have never had as bad a day as that again. Last week you made a lot of money.
Yes, I know.
And you don't always go for just...
Would you like another drink?
Okay, lovely. Shall we all have one? Garçon, s'il vous plaît.
The enemy is within the citadel. Poor little sods.
Hello.
Trouble? You're hardly on your own.
No, I'm sorry. A mood.
Sodden. It's like a drowned kitten. Do you want it back?
A mood. Anyone can have a mood, can't they?
Anyone? I do. Awful moods. Sulk for days.
Oh, I don't sulk. Very seldom, anyway.
Well, when men can't cry, at least they're not supposed to, so... I sulk. Awful silences. Very, very disagreeable.
Oh, I'm just being silly, that's all.
Where's Peter?
In the museum with Tony and Stephen. Looking at all those Picassos. Do you think they're awful?
With Tony and Stephen?
No, the Picassos.
Oh.
I do. I simply can't understand them. I feel so idiotic. They all rave away. I mean, what do they mean? Awful stuff, women with squint eyes. And then there's this terrible sort of goat thing, and at least it looks like a goat.
Well, it is a goat, yes, it is a goat. A bronze goat.
Awful thing. I feel so useless. I simply don't understand.
Miss, but lots of people don't understand. It doesn't mean all that much.
Peter doesn't either. He just pretends.
Well, perhaps he's just being polite.
No, it's not that. Oh, I pretended too for a bit, being polite. Well, he's pretending just to get away.
To get away from the pictures, you mean?
From me.
No, I think
Really, you must be imagining that.
I'm not. Well, I did at first. But I'm not now.
It'll be closing soon. It's dusk. Do you want to wait here for him? I'll wait with you if you like.
No, I think I'll go back to the hotel.
Then? Okay, I'll come with you.
I said, I don't... Well, I don't smell, do I?
Well, you're absolutely mad. What an extraordinary remark to make.
Not really. Sometimes I think perhaps I do, you know. Three's company, four's a crowd.
Well, there is a kind of lingering scent of arpège.
Gosh, you know such a lot. It is arpège, as a matter of fact, or was. Why are you so experienced?
No, I'm not really experienced at all. It's just that my first wife used to wear it, and I got familiar with it.
Gosh, you are experienced, first wife.
There was a second. She left me, too.
Goodness, a sort of bluebeard.
No, it wasn't as bad as that. Only 2 wives, after all. I didn't lock them in secret rooms. They just got fed up with me and left.
I suspect it was because of your sulks, as you call it.
Merci. I thought you were happy here.
Oh, for a day or two, that's all. Pretending.
Well, why don't you go home?
Bit givey in, returning early from honeymoon. Anyway, my mother would have a fit, complete hysterics.
Well, you know, you could go to Rome or Tunis or Naples. You can fly anywhere from these.
Wouldn't make any difference. It's not the place that's wrong, it's me.
I don't think that could be right.
He's not happy with me, simple as that.
You must be mad. What's the matter with you?
What's my fault? I've done it all wrong from the very beginning.
Come on. What have you done wrong?
Well, it's terribly difficult to say this. I mean...
Look, listen, I am many years older than you are. I can no longer be surprised. I can't even be astonished. Which, of course, means that one grows older quicker. If you can hang on to astonishment, you stay young. So, you see, you can say absolutely anything you like to me. Because I'm terribly, terribly ancient.
Well, I've never slept with anyone before I was married.
Oh, quite right and proper. Absolutely right and proper. What about Pete?
Oh, he's terribly sensitive. I wouldn't have married him if he hadn't been.
Well, of course you would. You've known each other a long time before you got married?
Oh, yes. Ages. We're neighbours. His father's land adjoins ours. We grew up together, you could say. And my mother adores him. We ride a lot together, tennis, that sort of thing. Win cups and those silly rosettes, you know. And it just seemed to happen, really.
What you could say is that the parents were rather keen on the marriage, right?
Oh, yes, terribly keen. It'll join the 2 estates, an awful lot of land. That doesn't bother me. I absolutely worshipped him. Worship him.
Yes, I see. Shall I tell you what I think you ought to do? I think you should take him away. Take him away. Immediately. Tonight.
Tonight. Immediately, I couldn't.
Well, as soon as possible, really.
He's perfectly happy now. Much happier than when we came. He's found friends, you see. Oh, they're very sweet to him. They're no mutual friends of ours. Colin Winstanley's a terrific friend. They ride together, they were at Eton together. And he's cheered up. So you see, it's better for me. I mean, if he can be happy, then I can be happy too.
You weren't giving a very good performance of happiness up there.
No. It was just a mood. Anyone can have a mood. And all that silly Picasso stuff. That's so awful and inadequate, you know. So?
So you came out and had a good old snivel on your own, right?
Yes, and snivel, a disgusting word.
Yes, disgusting.
And you had to catch me at it. I'm sorry, really am sorry.
Oh, no, don't be. After all, a friend in need is...
He's a friend indeed. And you were, really you were. You've been super to me, honestly. I feel much, much better telling you all that. Is that what they call bending your ear?
Yes. Yes, I think that's what they call it, bending your ear. I'm glad it helped.
Marvellously. Do you think perhaps we ought to go? I mean, if the museum's closed, they'll be back at the hotel.
Right.
I really think we ought to.
You're on your way.
No telling what awful mischief they might all get up to if I'm not there with the rolling pin.
No. There's no telling at all. And a fat lot of good that's going to do you, Mr. Harris.
The goat! Yeah, terribly rude. Should have seen it, darling.
I did see it.
Awful. The most fearful behind. Really very graphic.
Do you know it was guaranteed by Apsley House, no less. It'd be a horse's hoof, ridden by Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo.
And was it?
Oh, my dear child, straight from some knacker's yard. Good morning. Cooler.
Yes, good morning. Peter tells us that you're going to spend the morning at a hairdresser's. True?
Yes, true. It's getting a bit raggy. All the salt and sea winds, I'm a bit of a mess, really.
Well, in that case, Poopy, we were wondering if... maybe borrow your husband.
Borrow my husband?
May we borrow your husband?
There's a little village in the hills above Monte Carlo. It's called Pay. Now, we've heard rumours that there's a ravishing little bureau there. It's not for sale, of course. But we do have our little ways, don't we? And some pennies to jingle.
If we get our hands on it, we may. We'll need a good, strong fellow to help load the loot. And poor Stephen here has got You'll hate for saying this, but he's got a very boring hernia. Can't lift things.
You do make too much of it, really. It's very minor.
If it's bicker, a hernia is a hernia.
I'm not bickering. I don't bicker.
It's quite a distance. We thought we might have some lunch on the way, see the hills, you know. The only trouble is, the Morgan can only really take 3 people. And Peter did say that you were off to the hairdresser's, so we wondered if you didn't awfully mind.
No, not at all. It's a super idea. It needs a bit of a holiday from me anyway. Hardly had a moment away since I walked up the aisle.
It'll be hideously uncomfortable for him, of course. Squashed up in the back like a parcel.
Oh, I don't suppose you'll mind that.
Well, it's all settled then. We'll deliver him back safely to you before dinner. All in one piece.
Super. Lovely. I shan't be lonely, shall I, William?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Peter's going on a furniture trip to the hills.
Well, perhaps you'd come and have lunch with me at Corsair on the port.
Perfect. After my hairdresser's, about 12:30.
12:30.
What about your writing, then?
But I'm not a monk. I have to eat to work.
Morning, Mr. Harris.
Good morning. Oh, Mrs. Travis. I've just invited Mrs. Travis to have lunch with me. I hope you don't mind. It's all right. Terribly good of you.
Hello.
Coffee still hot?
Well, it feels a bit odd. You said I look very soigné. Do you think I do?
Very, I truly do.
Now, Peter will probably have a fit. If he notices, that is.
But it makes you look a completely different kind of creature. You couldn't fail to notice.
Oh, yes, he could.
Hmm?
No, he doesn't notice, frankly. Oh, horses, yes. He was one at Doncaster, badminton. He notices that. Did you notice?
What?
Things about your wife.
Oh.
If they bought a new dress or done their hair differently, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. Of course I did. I'm a writer, remember? Writers observe.
Are you just observing me?
Yeah, sure. But not for one of my books.
What for, then?
Myself. For my memory back.
But you didn't get married again? I mean, after your last wife left you? Oh, Lord, prying, I'm sorry.
No, you're not prying at all. No, I didn't get married again. Frankly, I was a bit, shattered. And then, well, I thought I was a bit too old to remarry.
That Picasso fella got married all the time.
I am not quite as old as he was.
You don't get terribly lonely?
Well, there are times. Oh, you mean if there's someone not there to look out my slippers and fill the hot water bottle?
No, not exactly that.
Oh, I manage. There are plenty of pebbles on the beach, after all. I manage. Anyway, a glass of wine, some cheese, good bread, and work. That's really what I need.
Oh, I could never be as philosophical as all that, ever. Is that the right word? Do I mean that?
I don't know, I expect so.
I'd be absolutely shattered if I lost Peter. Or if he left me so young, I suppose. I'd die, I think.
I shouldn't have thought there was very much chance of that. I mean, after 4 or 5 days marriage, for heaven's sake.
Well, there are other things, aren't there? Car accidents. He's gone up into the hills today. All those awful curves and bends, sheer drops everywhere.
It's really very, very safe, it's honestly. A little bit vertiginous, that's all.
It's the vertige, only. I can't say it all this while.
I so can see.
Well, a car crash. Something dreadful like that, quite unexpected. I'd wonder about dying, pining away. Like that poor woman Camille.
Well, if she had TB, she was going to cop it anyway.
I don't suppose it beat her, would that? If it was me, if I got, you know, in a car crash all jumbled up.
Honestly, you do talk the most absolute rubbish.
Lulu, l'addition, s'il vous plaît.
Probably. Probably because I'm a rubbishy sort of person, I suppose. But he wouldn't notice. I bet. Bet you what you like.
What's gone wrong between you and Peter? You said the other evening that he was unhappy. You remember?
I really don't recall.
You said he wanted to get away from you.
Could we go, please?
I'm waiting for the bill. You did say that, you know.
His hair's pretty silly. Oh, it's clean.
You're not going to remember, are you?
No.
Right. Okay.
I'd awfully like to go. Couldn't you hurry her up?
She's adding it up in the kitchen. Her mouths are very poor.
She's coming. They do take their time.
You'll see. What's the matter? Little claustrophobia?
Something like that. Too much wine.
I'm sorry. A bit hot in here. You're crushed. Come on, then. We'll go out and have a little walk.
I think you gave me a bit too much to drink. On to my brand new home.
To the sea, then, eh? Lungfuls of polluted air.
What about your writing?
One can't write after 2 carafes of Lulu's rosé. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, silly. What? Not me. I didn't feel right. And anyway, who's it for? Concierge, the old Belgian couple. Much better. You know what you said the other night? It's quite true, my mood. Remember, I did say it was only a mood.
Yes, I remember. And it was.
Oh, yes. I don't regret I married Peter. I just think he regrets he married me.
Well, doubtless you have reasons, or a reason, for that remark.
Oh, yes, I have. We didn't really know each other when we were married. Oh, the riding, yes. Hunt balls, theatres in London. And when we were children, Guy Fawkes, pantomime, Christmas. You know, the usual stuff.
Yeah. But really, strangers when we meet sort of thing.
Not sure if I follow. But yes, strangers, really.
Well, you see, they are such an awful strain, these occasions. Weddings, marriages. You're pulled out of perfectly ordinary life and then dumped together after a costly and elaborate ceremony without knowing very much about each other, any more than, well, riding or house parties and that sort of stuff. It's so stupid. It's like putting a couple of animals into a cage who've never even seen each other before.
And now that he's seen me, he doesn't much like me.
Oh, rubbish.
You've already said that once. As if you knew. As if you were holding the candle in the bridal suite.
I apologize. Most humbly, I'm sorry.
If you had been holding the candle, you'd have had quite a laugh.
I would?
You said the other evening you were so ancient that nothing could astonish you, right?
Probably. I can't be astonished, if that's what you mean.
We haven't made love once. Not really, since we came here.
Still unastonished. Isn't all that unusual, you know?
Not? Why?
Well, actors, for example, call it first night nerves. Terror.
Terror? Oh, it's not his fault. It's mine. He just doesn't like my body. Oh, he'd never seen me naked before we came here. Do you mind me treating you like the family doctor?
No, I'm flattered. But you must remember that a young man on his wedding night, if, as it is in this case, it's the first time, tries too hard. Do you understand?
No.
Oh. Well, he worries that he may not fulfill his duties. He can get stuck in a situation like that for weeks, days.
Weeks, days?
Listen, I had a mistress. She was a wonderful creature, ravishing creature. I worshipped her. We were together for a very long time. We were very happy. But at the very beginning, I could do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. I began to get myself into a state where I got a complex. Nothing at all worked. I was trying too hard to succeed. Do you understand that?
Should we go back now? Thank you. But this case is different. You didn't hate the sight of her.
Listen! Terror can establish itself in a room. Familiar things hold panic. It's in the pattern of the wallpaper. Even on the hangers in the cupboards. And when you look at the bed, it seems to stick out an obscene, mocking tongue, saying you won't do it, you can't make it. Don't you understand that? Get him away from here. Take him home. Take him back. Where he was happy, where he's relaxed.
It wouldn't make a scrap of difference. He's disappointed in me. I'm not a complete idiot. Women aren't, you know. He doesn't want me, I know that. When he touched my breast that first night, I just knew that was it. Oh, they would never be much good. I mean, I know I'm no Marilyn Monroe or whatever, but they repelled him. He sort of... Well, it didn't work. Not much to be done about that, is there? Hotel's this way, isn't it? Well, they said they'd be back for drinks. So I got time for what Nan used to call a nice little lay-down.
Well, if you're sure you can manage, I'll go up there and see if the London papers are in. Then I'll have a nice little lay down.
I can manage. And thank you. I've been a dreadful misery. Sorry.
Never to me. Get him away. Get him right away. Take him away. Take him right away. And then come back to me.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout.
Hello? Is that William?
Hello, who is it?
William, what the hell have you been up to? It's Tony. Tony how?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was asleep. I couldn't I couldn't find it in the dark.
Sleeping at 8 o'clock?
Yes, I did a bit. I've been working and I had a little siesta. Where are you?
Awful little pub just outside Monte Carlo. Dire.
You said you'd be back for drinks.
Ah, now that is why I'm telephoning you. I'm being responsible. William, would you tell Poopy that we'll be a little late? Perhaps you could give her dinner or something, you know. Oh, speak to her as only you know how.
Tony? Has there been an accident?
No, I wouldn't call it an accident, no. More a diversion.
Why didn't Peter call her himself?
Have no fear, he's in very good hands. Just not in the mood.
What am I to say to her? I can't just tell her.
Yes, hello. Oh, William. They're all right. Did you speak to Peter? Yes. Yes, I'll come down. Terrified it was the police. Or a hospital.
No. All's well. Just a diversion, whatever that may mean.
I was worried about those awful curves in the dark. They're virtuous.
That's
still can't say it. 2 martinis. The vertige, anything.
3 martinis, to be exact.
Rotter counting. I needed them. Peter's never been to Monte Carlo. We plan to go next week. So, I expect that's the diversion.
Yes, I'm sure it is. They're probably whooping it up in the Hotel de Paris.
Can't imagine why he didn't telephone me himself. Why Tony Howe?
What's his name? Tony Howe. He did actually say, I think, that Peter had a very urgent appointment in the loo.
Oh, my poor love. Heavens, do you think they're all a bit tight?
Oh, I shouldn't wonder at all. They had a busy day in the hills, and now they're relaxing on town.
Poor darling. Well, he deserved a bit of a day off. It'll do him good. You better make the most of it. I shan't let him off the leash again for some time.
Want another drink before we go in?
I'm a bit woozy already. But why not? I'm having a day off too, aren't I? You have been good to me, honestly.
Honesty has nothing whatsoever to do with it. I am the most dishonest man alive. I'll tell you something. I would run away with you quite happily and very easily behind your husband's back. How's that?
Dishonest, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for the super compliment. Really, old misery me. All my problems, you'd be mad.
And you'd never come away with me, would you?
Never. Well, perhaps after my 4th martini. Want to try? No. I reckon that after your 20th martini, I'd still be the loser, wouldn't I? Yes. I'm sorry. Want to cancel the order?
Cancel the order? No. I'll be brave. With a smile, and a laugh, and a tear. Waiter! Encore une fois.
Well, there's grass.
What happens in grass?
Says wonderful views, scent factories.
Christ.
There's a cathedral, too. A pair of Rubens.
I can't wait.
I've got to take something for Edith. Have to. Maybe some scent.
She could use it, grant you that.
Schoolboy remark. I know you detest Edith, but she is my sister. I know you wanted to go to Normandy and see your ruddy battlefields.
Landing beaches.
Well, we're here instead. Make the best of it.
I'm doing my best. Can't say I'm absolutely pulsing with longing to see round a scent factory.
You haven't pulsed with anything for years.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Thank you.
This or no cheese?
We're fine, thank you.
Madame, some chocolate gâteau, fruit salad.
Is that enough?
Thank you, sir.
I am not weird. I am not fine. I am not she. I am Mrs. Webster Lowe. Your goddamn wife, that's who I am. Mrs. Goddamn Webster Lowe.
Okay, dear, okay.
Is that marriage?
Yeah. For some.
Oh, God, never for me. Never that, never. It's so sad. Do you write sad things? Books, I mean.
Yes, of course I do. Well, life is sad sometimes.
I'm writing now about the Earl of Rochester. Two people tied together by love, and one of them incapable of fidelity. And he died of old age at 40.
And the wife, when did she die?
Oh, about the year afterwards, almost the day. He's a brilliant poet, but I don't think you've known very much about him because his work was really very sensual, very sensual indeed.
Can you remember any of it?
Of course I can, lots. Nothing I can tell you or repeat here. Oh, well, yes, there's one little bit that comes to mind. I can say that. I think if I remember very carefully. Then talk not of inconstancy, false hearts, and broken vows. If I, by miracle, can be this livelong minute true to thee, it's all that heaven allows. There you are. What about that?
Thank you. Is it all up there, the poetry in your room?
Masses of it, tons of it. Sketchbooks, books, notebooks, everything.
Could I see some of it? Or would that be very improper? I mean, to be in your room at night.
It's a suite, I'll have you know. And the concierge is very understanding, and... Do you want to come out?
Warm champagne. No ice. A friend gave it to me.
Would you like a glass? I can only give it to you in a beer mug. It's all I've got, I'm afraid.
No more. You're drinking all day long, it seems. So this is the factory. Where you created it.
Well, you know, I tried.
Get this.
Mm-hmm. To dry it out. Warm wine. Revolting. Here, take it.
It's the same as ours. Different wallpaper, but the same room. Only on that wall, we've got a reproduction of Mahoney's water lilies. I loathe them. Stared at them for days.
I know. You're up there. I can hear you. There's a creaking board.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. Pattering about.
No, don't be intense. There's no problem at all. It's rather comforting, as a matter of fact. It doesn't disturb me. She dances overhead on the ceiling near my bed, in my sight through the night. I whisper, go away, my lover, even though it's not fair. But I'm always so grateful to discover that you're still there.
know where all this sensual poetry is. You did promise.
Oh, God. Women are so greedy. All right, then. Right. What do you make of this? What do you make of this? With arms, legs, lips, close clinging to embrace, she clips me to her breast and sucks me to her face. Her nimble tongue, love's lesser lightning, played within my mouth and to my thoughts conveyed swift orders that I should prepare to throw the all-dissolving thunderbolt below. (1680). The year he died. Not bad, is it? I mean, considering. It's quite clear, isn't it?
Oh, perfectly clear. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. At last.
Yes, it's about time, isn't it? $10.40. Off you go. Quick.
How do I behave? Tell me. What do I do? What do I say?
Gaiety, delight, happiness, no recriminations, no questions. Don't ask him any questions. Just welcome him back from a splendid day. You had a splendid day too, didn't you? It wasn't all that bad. So, share that day together. You do love him, don't you? I'll go and show him. Show him that you love him. Go on. Quick. All that heaven allows.
Tony. Tony, don't think the car. Come on.
All back, safe and sound. Oh, God, what a road. Hairpin bends and mad frog drivers.
You are drunk. I said to William, I thought you'd get it.
Oh, good old William. Bar still open, is it?
Careful of me. William's made me tight too.
Clever old William. So clever he is.
That's my wife, sir. I'll hand her at once.
I what? What is it?
Wonderful day. Lovely. Happy.
Everyone was happy.
I think you might need help. He's a big boy. Very drunk. Where's the invaluable William?
Absolutely wonderful day. Totally lovely place. Totally lovely people. Totally lovely Lou. Let's find a Lou. Lou!
My king of Bruce! I take it that means no drinks. Too late.
Speaking frankly, you've had quite enough. Terrifying drive. Quite sick-making. Risks honesty too much.
Bicker.
I'm not bickering. I'm simply stating a fact. Don't bicker.
I'm not interrupting, I hope.
Not in the slightest.
I just wondered if you'd had any luck with the bureau.
Bureau?
I understood you were going to Paille to try and find a bureau.
Oh, the bureau. No luck. No, we shoved and bumped some things about. Some lovely pieces, but no go with the bureau.
Absurd price. Thought we were Americans.
No.
I just said no thanks, didn't I, Steve?
You've just said no thanks.
Stephen's a bit crotchety. His hernia has been playing him up a bit. All that lugging things about, I told you not to.
Tell me, Dr. Sweet Heaven.
And the, what is it, what did you call it on the telephone, the diversion? Was that where you got poor Peter so drunk?
We've done a very good deed. Action. You've never seen him so relaxed.
On booze?
Not just the alcohol, no. Poor Peter, he was in the most frightful state, you know. He'd quite convinced himself, or perhaps she'd convinced him, one can't tell, that he was impuissant.
That's the French for impotent, isn't it?
It sounds more delicate in French.
And you managed to prove to him that he wasn't?
After a little virginal timidity, yeah. Or near virginal. School hadn't left him quite unmoved. A poor girl up there. Not the least idea how to go about things.
I see.
William. He has a superb virility.
I'm going to bed.
Poor Stephen, a hernia is such a bore, so inhibiting.
Well, I think I'll go and get a breath of air. Fresh air.
Been quite a day. One way and another, yes.
Good night.
Good night. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Excuse me, not until midday today.
Thank you. Splendid. Keep me a telegraph, will you?
Very good. 160. Okay.
For God's sake, don't go and wrap yourself in yesterday's newspaper. We might never have left Gerrard's Cross.
I want to see the weather forecast, that's all.
Look, you can see it all around you.
At home. What's it doing at home?
Who the hell cares?
I do.
Don't mind if I join you, do you? Just
No, sure.
a bit of a rush.
Want some coffee or something?
Oh, done all that, thanks. I just wanted to tell you that, well, I've been such a bore to you, moaning away.
Oh, no.
But you were right, you see. You always are, I suppose, with all your experience and so on. But it's all right. Everything's all right, everything. Last night, He loves me, William. He really does. He's not a bit disappointed in me. It's exactly what you said. He got a sort of a complex. Remember what you said about looking at the bed and it stuck its tongue out at you?
Yes, I do. I do very well.
Well, he needed to get away. He freed me for a bit, change of scene. Isn't it strange how black things were only a day or so ago?
Now the sun's all out, right?
You were kind to let me bend your ear. Oh, that's sobbing. No snivelling, you said, remember?
Yes, I do. Very well indeed.
How kind. How lucky I was to have you. Dear William. And Tony and Stephen as well. They were super to him yesterday, like you were with me. And we made a lovely plot together. Tony's going to come down almost immediately when we get back to our house and decorate it for us.
Oh. What about the, well, all the other clients? Aren't they going to kick up a fuss?
Oh, Stephen won't be coming. He's got to cope with someone who wants her murals or something completely redone. So it'll just be Tony. And he's mad about riding, which is a good thing, because Peter and he can go off together while I learn how to housekeep and get the place ready, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'll be terrific fun. They really did an awful lot of work together yesterday, planning things.
Yes, I bet they did. How long will all this take, the house?
Oh, about 6 months, Tony says. We're going to have Etruscan murals in the bathroom, whatever Etruscan means. The big drawing room will be basically eggshell green and Pompeian red in the dining room. They really worked it out terrifically carefully. I mean, in their heads. Well, I was boring you witless in that restaurant. Will you ever forgive me?
No, never. Of course I won't.
Oh, I said to Peter this morning. Terribly early, we were awake at dawn, you know. I said, well, the way things are going, we'd better be prepared for a nursery. But he said that Tony would be perfectly happy to leave all that to me. Which was very sweet, don't you think?
Oh, adorable of him. Yes, absolutely adorable.
And because Tony knows Colin Winstanley, we'll be quite a band of us. So it'll be great.
Yeah. As long as you're happy.
Oh, I am. I really am. What good friends you will be. I hope you didn't have a horrid time last night. I mean that creaking board that you set above your head. Well, you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't. Not a whisper. Not a creak anywhere.
Well, there shouldn't have been.
So, all's well that ends well. All you've got to do now is to go home and learn about Etruscan art and Pompeian red and that sort of thing.
Oh, gosh, I know. I'm so inadequate, or was. Remember at the Picasso place? You were kind then. I must get down to things seriously. So we're going to Florence this afternoon.
Florence?
On the 2-something flight to Rome. Then we'll motor up. Peter says that Florence is the very cradle of Italian art. So it's the best place to begin to learn, isn't it?
I wonder if you ever will.
Oh, I will, I promise. I've learned so much already in the last few days.
And there's so much more ahead. So much.
It should be great fun.
Well, I hope it will be. I really do.
Tony and Stephen are leaving quite soon by road. We'll all meet up in Rome this evening. It's terribly dreary here, isn't it? Nothing much to do. And you did say a change of scene would help.
Yeah.
That I should take him away from here.
Mm-hmm.
You are so wise, William, honestly.
Perhaps not as wise as I thought.
Oh, you are. Oh, goodness, yes.
Poopy, come on, darling.
Well, they're leaving already. I must go. They said they'd give me a lift into town. I've got a couple of things to get before I leave. We'll see you in the bars for a drink before we leave. I think we're off about 12.
Well, I've got to go to Cannes today to lunch with some publishers. It's a dreadful bore, but it's a duty, I'm afraid. Sorry.
But if you're around before we go...
Poopy, come on.
I really must dash. They look terribly ready to leave.
Well, together. I've got to go back to my cell anyway.
Be incarcerated with old Earl Thingamajig.
Come on, darling.
Off you go. You better run.
William. Catch it, William. That's a kiss for you. Perhaps in the bar, all right?
Listen to this. Surprise wedding for 64-year-old Sir Jeremy Butwood to his new discovery, actress Jane Glowing, 23, at Caxton Hall yesterday. The bride wore a
He
dress...
was how old, Butwood?
64.
She's only 23. Madness.
Oh, I don't know.
Bound to be a loser in that sort of marriage.
Why, Vera?
There's always a loser, isn't there, dear?
Operator, room 5-5. No more calls now, till after 4 o'clock. I'm working. No calls from anyone. Merci. This livelong minute, true to thee, is all that heaven allows.
Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I did say goodbye.
Come on, darling. We'll be late.